Hey, Mike with D2D Millionaire here. And do you struggle with the I can't afford it concern, or you're not really sure what to do when a potential customer tells you they can't afford it? Well, today's video will be going through several tips on how to deal with someone saying they can't afford it, so stay tuned. Now, one thing that makes this concern and objection pretty tough is that sometimes it can actually be real. The person might not really be able to afford what you have to offer. And at the same time, you can get this concern in all kinds of neighborhoods. It doesn't necessarily mean that the neighborhood in general is bad. You know, something that we get from sales reps from time to time is they'll do kind of a blanket statement and just make claims like, oh, no one in this neighborhood can afford it, or everybody I talk to says they can't afford it. And for the most part, you're probably not going to be knocking in areas where everyone in general can't afford your offer. Typically, your company is not going to send you into a neighborhood in an area that can't afford your products. So again, if you're really getting that all the time, it might be what you're doing. It could potentially be the neighborhood as well. But again, you can get this in the nicest of nice neighborhoods, but then also in not so nice neighborhoods. So the concern itself often comes from just not building value. So that's really the first step that you want to do when you're talking to your potential customers, is build a lot of value, where people buy on value, not on price. Where, you know, most people don't drive the cheapest car possible ever, right? If that was the case, everyone would be driving the exact same car, but everybody drives all kinds of different cars. So again, people don't just strictly buy on price alone. There's a lot of other factors that go into it, but one way that you really want to build value is coming off as a messenger of good news, where often sales reps will come in with that energy of just trying to sell someone or trying to get someone, and people shy away from that. So instead of that, if you can come off presenting yourself as a messenger of good news, having some great thing to offer that your potential customer needs and wants, and you can get it to them at a great price, that's going to go a long way to build value. Now, another reason why you might get this concern of I can't afford it is that you're really actually either revealing the price too soon, or you're revealing it to a non-decision maker. Where a lot of times you'll get this concern if you're talking to someone on the doors and maybe they actually want to talk to their spouse first, or maybe their spouse is the person that makes that decision for the household. And so what can happen is that person might demand the price. They want to know how much is it, but if they're not actually the person making the decision, often that doesn't matter if you tell them the price. Or again, maybe you tell them the price and then you've tried to build value with that person, right? You've gone through why your product makes sense, how it can benefit them, the great deal or offer they're going to get for getting started now. But when you explain that to them, that doesn't necessarily transfer from them talking to the decision maker, right? They don't understand building value with that person. They're not going to explain it as good as you do. So typically what happens is they might just say, hey, you know, Bob from XYZ Pest Control was selling pest control. And then that decision maker might say, you know, well, how much is it? And then they just tell them, you know, it's $150 a month, it's $200 a month, you know, whatever the case might be. And then they'll be like, oh, well, we can't afford it, right? And so they don't understand the value. They don't know what all comes with it, how that's going to benefit them. And so again, they make that decision in their mind that they can't afford it because they don't understand the value. So really, in all cases, you want to only be revealing the price to the decision maker, and then again, not revealing the price too soon, because if you jump into the price right away before building value, again, it can raise that person's guard up. They might not fully understand what they're getting for it, and then they're more likely to say that they can't afford it because they just don't understand the true value. So make sure that you're really talking to decision makers. If you need to reveal the price, if the person absolutely refuses to, share it with the other decision makers until they know the price. Try and do it in general manners, have some type of reason why your price might vary, right? It really depends on the square footage of your house, what kind of treatments we're doing, what kind of setup you get, what kind of package you go with. So, I mean, again, that could range from $150 a month on up to $900 a month, whatever the case might be, whatever it is that you're promoting. Try and be more vague, again, not in a sense to mislead that person, but more so because you actually want to talk to that decision maker, be able to build the value, and then reveal the price, rather than that non-decision maker trying to reveal the price and explain everything to that actual potential buyer. So again, focus on building value first and talking to decision makers before you reveal the price. Another thing that you can do to eliminate that "I can't afford it" concern, or at least reduce the times that you get that, is going to be watering down the price. Now, often you'll have a package that, maybe you're selling products in bulk, maybe it's like cleaning service or cleaning products, so you sell a lot of them, or maybe it's a lawn care service and you're selling a monthly service, or pest control treatments, you're doing quarterly service or a yearly program, right? A lot of times what your offer comes in a larger package or a larger bundle. And so one thing that you can do to make it seem not as expensive, or more reasonable at least to your potential customers, that they actually can afford it, is going to be watering down the price. And so there's several ways that you could do that. You could break down the time savings of it. You could break it down by how much a daily treatment costs. You can break it down by the unit or by the product that you're actually selling. So there's a lot of ways to make that price seem lower with your potential customer's mind. An example might be lawn care. So maybe you sell a lawn care service for about $150 a month, and you come out every single week, you cut the grass, you trim the grass, you tend to the landscaping, you water the grass, right? You do all these different things, and you come out every single week. So that person might in their mind say, wow, $150 might seem like a lot of money, or they can't afford that. But if you water it down and break it down, well, that's really only about $38 a week for the time saving you're going to plug into. You're going to save hours of time every weekend. You're going to get your weekends back. You'll be able to spend that time with your family. $38 a week, that'd be worth it to get your weekends back, wouldn't it? So in that sense, again, you are breaking down, you're building that value in addition to watering down the price, and it makes a lot more reasonable. Or again, maybe you broke that down to the daily aspect. So that would be about $5 a day to get your weekends back, to not having to spend them on hours tending to your yard, trimming the grass, doing all that legwork, and you could actually enjoy your weekends. Would $5 a day, or like a coffee a day, be worth it to you to get that freedom back in your life? Again, whatever the case might be, as you water down the price, it also can build the value and then give that person more of a reason to get started and understand the value behind what you offer. So it kind of can eliminate that "I can't afford it," or at least that mindset, and they can start to see ways of how they can afford it, or how it would be more beneficial for them to have your product and service versus trying to do it on their own, or again, living without that product and service. So again, you can get that "I can't afford it" objection in all kinds of neighborhoods, but typically you're going to get it because of something that you're saying, that you aren't properly building the value, or you're revealing the price too early, or to a non-decision maker, which leads them to say they can't afford it. So if you implement these while selling door to door, you're going to get a lot better result. So again, hopefully you got some benefit and value out of this video. If you did, feel free to comment and share, and then also be sure to subscribe to our channel to plug into the latest door-to-door sales tips and training. And then also, maybe you are looking to get into door-to-door sales, or maybe you're looking for a different door-to-door sales opportunity. Well, our team is hiring. We're expanding here at D2D Millionaire. So if you feel like you could be that leader, definitely reach out to us over at d2dmillionaire.com/work with D2D. Just fill out that application there, and one of our team members will get back to you as soon as we can to see if it could be a fit working with us in our organization. So again, you can access that over at d2dmillionaire.com/work with D2D. And then, like I said, just fill out that application, and one of our team members will get back to you as soon as we can. But again, thanks so much for tuning in. We'll talk to you more soon.